What's going on, guys? Preston Talker here. Back again with another WrestleMania review, and I'm reviewing WrestleMania 24. And when I look back at WrestleMania 24, it's always one of those shows that I actually like going. I actually really like going back and watching WrestleMania 24 because it has, some good stuff on WrestleMania 24 I think, in my opinion, it's an overrated WrestleMania. It's an underrated style WrestleMania. Um, so you had obviously the Flair Michaels match, the story behind that, and how if Flair lost the match, he would obviously have to retire. Then you had the Taker and Edge feud that I really loved between 2007 and 2008. Also, the Belfast Brawl, that was a good opener for WrestleMania. Then the Money in the Bank match was good. So overall, you had some really good stuff at WrestleMania 24. And we start off obviously with the Belfast Brawl. Finlay versus JBL. They started off with basically where JBL wanted to face Finlay because Finlay was lying about Vince being Hornswoggle's son in the whole illegitimate son angle and stuff and whatever. God, that was bad. That fucking thing they did, because originally we all know it's supposed to be Ken Kennedy, and it was Hornswoggle. So you know. So anyway, it's JBL versus Finlay. They have a good match. I thought this was a real good way to open WrestleMania. I thought it was a bit short in my opinion, but it was a good way to open WrestleMania. They had like the usual things like tables, trash cans, baking trays, um, like the rest like candlesticks, the shillelagh. It was good, and basically JBL gets the win with the clothesline from hell. Like I said, it was a good way to open WrestleMania. I thought it was a bit short, but I think the timing was pretty good because the next match they had the Money in the Bank ladder match, which was basically CM Punk, Shelton Benjamin, Chris Jericho, John Morrison, Carlito, and who's the other guy? Oh, MVP, yeah. And that was another good match here. You have Shelton Benjamin again, 3 years in a row now that he's been a highlight reel in this match. The biggest part he did in this match was basically he almost killed himself in the match. It was like a bridge between the barricade and the ring, kind of like the same spot he did with Jeff Hardy and Edge the year before, but he did like his own swanton bomb, which I thought was a pretty sick move. And then you had Matt Hardy in between with this match because he was doing the whole Matt Hardy MVP feud, and that they was beginning their feud as well. They like I think he injured him a couple months ago, or whatever. So they were beginning their feud as well. So you had in this match a couple of feuds getting built up. So you had Matt Hardy and MVP and stuff like that. And then obviously you have John Morrison. He did some good stuff. Another highlight for him. He did a thing where he had the ladder. He was holding the ladder with a moon. He did a moonsault while he was holding the ladder, which I thought was a pretty awesome move. And then the end of the match is basically where it's Jericho and Punk are fighting for this briefcase, and then Jericho pulls down one of Jericho's legs. Punk pulls down one of Jericho's legs, and he's basically tangled up in the ladder, and Punk gets the win. And obviously, this would lead to CM Punk's first World Title reign, and such on, such on. But overall, I thought it was a good way. In my opinion, I think I would have rather had Shelton Benjamin get the win or something like that. But I was happy with CM Punk getting the win. I wasn't that bad about it. But I wish it would have been Shelton or somebody like that, because he really was like the hype. He was like my MVP of this match. Then after that we have then we have Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels. Now that match was another good match. I really enjoyed this match here. You had Flair versus Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels grew up idolizing Ric Flair, and he wanted to be the guy to retire Ric Flair. So they have this great match, a lot of great spots. And basically Flair, Shawn Michaels super quits Flair. He says he loves him. Um, I just love the ending of that, and obviously that should have really main event in WrestleMania. I think, in my opinion, if you want to say that should have closed that show, Flair and HBK should have main event in WrestleMania. In my opinion, I just think that was a way better um, thing to go off, in my opinion. Then we had Floyd Money Mayweather versus Big Show. This was one of the matches that I actually liked, not because of the match quality. The match quality didn't mean anything because it was whatever, but the story, because they got, it was a while, it's been a couple of years since they had a big time celebrity in a match at WrestleMania. You would have to go back to maybe um, many like to like Mr. T or something like that. So it was quite many years later that they actually did another celebrity match, and here they have Floyd Money Mayweather versus the Big Show. This match was good, was a good match. This was a good match because they brought in a celebrity, and they got some hype around WrestleMania, which WrestleMania sells itself, but they still got that celebrity name to come in and work WrestleMania. Um, but yeah, Floyd Money Mayweather gets the win, because also he knocked out the Big Show. But yeah, I thought it was a good. I thought the feud was good between Big Show, Floyd Money Mayweather, and yeah. Then we have Chavo versus Kane, and it was Chavo versus Kane for the ECW Championship. It was a squash match. Kane was the belt, and this was basically Vince saying "fuck you" to ECW. Like he gave them that 8-minute match last year at WrestleMania 23 with ECW and versus the New Breed, but now this year he's saying "fuck you" to like the ECW Championship, and then he basically takes it off Chavo in like 18 seconds or something like that. So he didn't have it that long. So yeah, that was WWE ECW in a nutshell. The Zombie, I don't know, like man, ECW WWE sucked, man. It was terrible. But yeah. After that we had Triple H, Randy Orton, and John Cena, and Randy Orton was the champion. John Cena came back from his injury. He got from 2007. He won the Rumble that year, and Triple H came back because he wanted the title, obviously because Randy Orton injured Triple H and he missed WrestleMania 23, so he wanted to get revenge on Randy Orton. So they had a triple threat match. I thought this was this is a decent match. I didn't think it was a bad match. They did their things and stuff. And Randy Orton gets the win with a punt. He punts Triple H in the head and then gets the win. And then after that we get the main event of the night: Undertaker versus Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship. And you know what? This was a really good way to end WrestleMania. Now I know I said they should have really done Flair versus HBK to end WrestleMania, but this was a good match to end WrestleMania. You had Edge and Undertaker. They had a feud, so basically, this was the whole time when Edge and Vicky were a power couple, and they were kind of screw Undertaker and Batista and stuff like that. And this was a perfect way for the story to end. The climax of WrestleMania, where it would be Edge versus Taker. Taker would want to get his world championship back because obviously after all the fucking up that Vicky's been doing, Edge and Vicky have been making Batista's life misery. No, Taker's life misery for like a year, like suspending him, then firing him and stuff like that, and then finally gets the world championship, and screwing him over all the times, and he finally gets the championship, and he gets to this match here, and they had a real good match. He had a couple of ref bumps in the match. You had Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder get involved, and then at the end of the match, Edge goes for the spear, but tries to cover Taker, but Taker then grabs Edge's arm, goes for the Hell's Gate, gets the win, and Undertaker is your new world champion. After that, we have the brand supremacy match. So it's brand versus brand. It was Umaga versus Batista for basically bragging rights of the brands, and Batista gets the win with the Batista bomb. And overall, WrestleMania 24 was actually a good show. I really enjoyed WrestleMania 24, and I would go back and watch WrestleMania 24 again because it's one of those cards, like I said at the beginning, that I would actually go on back and watch, because some of the stuff on WrestleMania 24 I actually would go back and watch. And this was actually the final WrestleMania under the Ruthless Aggression era. So yeah, after that, obviously in the summer it would turn PG, and then we know it'll come to today's trashy WWE as we know it today. But yeah, what do you guys think about this show? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'll check you guys later. Peace.